Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Something new from Artisan Cutlery. A fairly heavy box, so it's probably on the larger side. Thanks so much to Artisan Cutlery for sending this in. I will link it down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. And make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. Okay, it is sealed. So let's go ahead and break the seal there. What do we got? Oh, other side, the Fragarch. Sand polish S90V. I hope that, I would really like for them to get consistent with the sand polishing. Sometimes it's like almost approaching like a high polish, like not a mirror, but just like a really high polish. And other times it just looks like satin. We have titanium and a fat carbon inlay. I have seen multiple knives on Artisan Cutlery's website that are in S90V where they list the HRC range. Instead of 59 to 61, I'm seeing 60 to 62. So it appears that Artisan Cutlery is bumping that range up a little bit. I've always maintained that for S90V, not M390, M390 needs to be 60 plus, in my opinion, but S90V seems to still be optimal at 59.61. So if they are bumping it, I think that's good. Fragarch. Okay. Oh, it does appear to be very shiny. Good. Oh, yes. A nice inlay. Huh. This is a big knife. Okay. Looks nice. I like this. That looks really cool. Snowy mountaintops. It literally looks like a top down. Snowy mountaintops. Okay. Oh, and it also partially covers the frame lock. That's awesome. Okay. Who is the designer here? Oh, hold on a second. Come on. Okay, it's not line for line. What are we all thinking here? Who designed this? This is a cool knife. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a cool knife. I like the sand polish looks great. If this is, it's S90V. If this is like their newer S90V and they're going, higher. Well, that lock bar's a little sharp. Nice ting on there. This looks like the Koenig Arias. It's not line for line. The Koenig, Koenig doesn't own exactly this general vicinity of blade shape. They don't own this style of cutout, But if we put a picture, of that, this looks like the Arias. It looks so similar. It's not contoured. Beautifully ergonomic. Honestly, outside of okay. So if the designer said I was inspired by the Arias, right? Like my knife looks like the Shaman. Definitely. It also kind of looks like a Strider. I get that. Yeah. So I don't think there's a problem being inspired by something. But this is like really close. So I don't know. As long as you don't copy something line for line, then I think it's fine, right? Especially if you call out your inspirations. But that's the first thing that this makes me think of is the Koenig Arias. And the end result is that it does look good, right? You guys tell me what you think about that. I also think on the flip side of this argument that everybody, including, those evergreen godfathers, the founding fathers, you could say, they were all inspired by some other knife that came before, right? You see, for example, Randall style stuff all over the place. You see current knife makers and knife designers drawing inspiration from other ones, and this is generally viewed as a positive thing. Like, for example, the relationship between Dalibor Bergam and Sebastian Berengi. Those two are buddies, and they draw inspiration, my understanding, they draw inspiration from each other. So I think that's fine, right? We sometimes have collaborations. Like in the past, if you didn't know, Rick Hinder and Chris Reeve, if I remember correctly, collaborated on a knife. But all of these big names drew inspiration from another big name that came from, like, there are tons of names that came before the names that I know that I don't know really anything about, right? And if you are watching this channel in your 50s, 60s, 70s, you probably could name a whole bunch of makers. 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, you probably could name a whole bunch of makers that I have no idea who they are. So I don't think that it's a problem drawing inspiration from another designer or another maker. I think the problem comes when you copy something line for line. Then I think it's bad, right? So, but yeah, this does look like the Koenig Arias, and I think people are going to have different feelings about that. The detent does feel great. Man, that reverse flick is awesome. This profile definitely does work. It almost feels like it feels like the Koenig Arias, but it got squished from this angle just a little bit. It was like, and it made it like taller and fatter and slightly thinner. Not fatter and thinner. It squished it out and made it taller, and then made this because the contouring went away. Like, they squished the contouring into the knife, and it went into the blade and made it a little taller, right? I don't know how big overall the Arias is. If it's like 8.5 inches or whatever. I don't know. I think it might be pretty similar. No milling for weight reduction, but they don't need it. Really, design-wise, the only issue here, I think this should have been cut in a little bit, because this is a little bit, it's not aggressive, it's just like an abrupt angle, and you have to go in rather than approaching, right? If this was cut out here, then you could approach it from the side, be a little more comfortable. It's not bad. Real nice little ting there. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Jimping feels good. Nice and thin behind the edge. Yeah, there's your plunge grind. Okay. So overall length of this guy, we are coming in at 8.5 inches, 3.75 inches of blade, and 3.65 inches of cutting edge. It appears to be a T8 pivot, and that's a T6 screw. Okay. Nice kind of medium heavy retention on the pocket clip. Balance, probably pretty blade heavy. Yeah, so we're right behind the pivot. That's great. Feels good. Let's go ahead and weigh it here. I'm going to guess this weighs... Right. You have work to do. You wake up. Fluid ounces. What were you doing last night, huh? What are you doing here while I'm sleeping? All right. 5? Ha! 5. Almost on the dot. That was a good guess. I usually mess that up. Okay. Fragarch. I would love to know the designer's inspiration. I would love to know, because I don't expect to hear, oh yeah, I guess it does kind of look like the Arias. I would expect to hear, yeah, I really like the Arias and the lines, and I kind of was inspired by that. That's what I would expect to hear, but I don't know. It would be interesting. I do not know who that W is right there, but this is an unboxing. It's not a review, so I have no idea. I went in blind. We will gather that information, and then I will do the full-length review down the road. But that's going to be it for today. Links in the description for this guy. Please, where is it? Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.